Ever felt so wiped out that you can't move, even though you haven't done a thing? For people with Parkinson's, this isn't just tiredness, it's a warning sign that you can't ignore. In fact, research shows that over half the people living with Parkinson's report severe fatigue, but many don't realize it's actually a core symptom of the disease. And that's why today I want to share 5 warning signs of Parkinson's fatigue that you need to pay attention to. Because recognizing these signs can help you manage them better and maybe even explain to the people around you what you're actually dealing with. And stick around till the end, because I've got a Bryce-ism for you that sums up what living with Parkinson's fatigue really feels like.
Welcome to Living with Parkinson's. The good, the bad, and the reality. Real talk, real life, real community with Bryce Perry. Let's begin.
Well, welcome to the channel. I want to thank my loyal viewers, Inner Circle members, for coming back. And if you're new here, my name is Bryce, and this is Living with Parkinson's, the good, the bad, and the reality. Our channel is all about providing strength, hope, support, and community to individuals living with Parkinson's and their caregivers. And as you can see, this isn't my normal surroundings. I'm actually traveling right now, so bear with me, and hopefully the tech's working. But today's episode is 5 Parkinson's fatigue warning signs that you can't ignore. And let's get right into this, because flag number 1, it's a fatigue that doesn't match your activity. Now, normal tiredness makes sense. You mow the lawn, you exercise, you stay up late, your body says, okay, time to rest. But Parkinson's fatigue, it's like the rules don't apply. You can do almost nothing, and suddenly your body shuts down like you just ran a marathon. Now, for me, I remember sitting at my desk one morning, coffee in hand, having barely done a thing all day, and suddenly it felt like gravity had doubled. I slumped there thinking, how is this happening when I haven't even started my day? I haven't done anything all day. And now I know I'm not the only one. Some of you told me that sometimes it's like simple things like taking a shower or getting dressed can leave you completely wiped out. That's why this first red flag matters. You can't always explain it, but you know it when it hits you. And here's where it gets tricky, because normally when you're tired, rest fixes it. But that brings us to our second warning sign, and that is fatigue that doesn't go away with rest. Like, you'd think a nap or a good night's sleep would reset the system, but Parkinson's fatigue doesn't play by those rules. One of you shared in the comments that you slept 10 straight hours and you woke up still feeling like you hadn't slept at all. And that hit me, because I've had those nights too. I go to bed early, I wake up late, and I still feel like I didn't even sleep. Now, for some, this looks like waking up more tired than when you went to bed, or you crashed in the middle of the day for an hour or two, only to wake up groggy and you still feel exhausted. That's the second red flag, when rest doesn't actually recharge you. And that's hard, because people around you, they might think, well, go rest, right? If only it were that easy. And when fatigue doesn't go away, it doesn't just affect your body, it starts to creep into your relationships and your social life. So red flag number 3 is a fatigue hijacks your social life. This one's really stings. Fatigue can make you cancel plans, skip family events, or even leave halfway through something you were really looking forward to. You've been there before? I'll never forget leaving a friend's birthday party halfway through, right? Everybody's laughing, they're eating cake, and there I was sitting there fighting to keep my eyes open. I slipped out early, went home, and I crashed on the couch, and then the guilt hit me just as hard as the fatigue. Now, I've heard from some of you that you've missed weddings, family dinners, or even coffee dates with friends because you couldn't push through the fatigue. And here's the thing. People see the tremors, they see the stiffness, but they don't see this. They don't see you at home, curled up in bed while life goes on without you. And that's why this is such a dangerous red flag. It steals connection, and connection is what keeps us going. And hey, if this is sounding familiar, hit that like button so more people see it. And if you're new here, why don't you subscribe so you don't miss more real talk about Parkinson's. And now let's get to the next one, because this one isn't about your body at all. This one is all about your brain. So the red flag number 4 is fatigue that feels like brain fog. So fatigue doesn't just hit your muscles. Sometimes your mind goes first. It's when focusing feels like climbing a mountain, or even simple decisions feel very overwhelming. Someone in our community told me that they stood in front of the fridge for 10 minutes because they couldn't decide what to eat. I get it. I've sat in front of an email draft knowing exactly what I want to say, but my brain just refuses to string the words together. And for some of you, it's forgetting mid-conversation what you were about to say, or rereading the same paragraph of a book 3 times and still not absorbing it. Now, that's not laziness, that's not silliness, that's a neurological fatigue, okay? And if that weren't enough, this last red flag shows us how sneaky fatigue can be, because it starts messing with the one thing that we rely on to function, and that's our medication routine. And you know how stickler I am about that. So this is when fatigue that affects your medication. And this one doesn't get talked about enough. Fatigue can blur your memory, slow your focus, and suddenly your routine is off. I've had days where I was drained. I completely forgot to take my pills until hours later, and I know I'm not alone. One of you told me you realized you missed a dose when your tremor suddenly spiked. Well, I've been there. I know when I missed a dose. I get it. You might notice this if you find yourself staring at the pill bottle but not remembering if you've already taken it, or if the fatigue makes you late on a dose and you pay for it with symptoms the rest of the day. Now, this isn't just inconvenient, it's dangerous, because staying inconsistent with your medication is one of the most important parts of managing Parkinson's. Meds on time, every time. So, here's what I want to say. Fatigue isn't laziness. It's not weakness. It's just being tired. It's a real part of Parkinson's. And sometimes the hardest part is explaining it to others. People see tremors, they see stiffness, but they don't see the invisible exhaustion that can completely take you down. And that's why I wanted to make this podcast. So you can point to these red flags and say, see, this is what I'm dealing with. This is about managing Parkinson's fatigue and sharing real life Parkinson's stories so nobody else feels alone in it. And if you made it this far, you've unlocked the Bryce-ism. You ready? All right, here it is. With Parkinson's, fatigue doesn't knock politely. It barges in, steals the remote, and dares you to try to get up off the couch. I like that one. So now it's your turn. When has fatigue blindsided you? What's the one thing that helps you fight back? Drop your story below, because your comment might be the one thing that helps somebody else feel less alone today. And if you found this helpful, hit subscribe and join us. And if you're looking for something even deeper, like private support, monthly meetups, and a space where you don't have to explain yourself, check out the Inner Circle. The link is down below in the description. And until next time, keep showing up, keep being real, and you keep doing life, and you keep doing it today.